a level 1 Vinyasa 30-minute class. We're going to be focusing today on opening up the hips and kind of getting a little bit more on the floor for the beginning of practice. So if you want to move there to start with getting into the breath, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, you can stay seated up. If you have blocks, have them nearby. You might want to use them with some of the flow today. Otherwise, you don't need to worry about it. They're just nice to have. Let's start with centering in. Softly close your eyes if that feels comfortable with you. Or gently bring your gaze towards the floor in front of you. Begin to notice your breath. Start to notice the pace of the breath. See if you can deepen your breath and start to really pull your breath in both directions. The deeper breath that we take, the more that we can connect inward into our heart space, into that feeling body. So take one more breath wherever you're at. Deep breath in, long breath out. Bring your hands to a prayer by your heart, Anjali Mudra. Take a deep inhale. Exhale out your breath. Inhale for one Om to connect all. Slightly bow your head to your fingertips. Release your hands, blink your eyes open, and come to lie down on the floor if you're not already there. Lying on the floor, begin to stretch through your toes, stretch through your arms, get really, really long, squeeze all your muscles, and then completely relax. Do this 2 more times. Stretch through your arms, stretch through your toes. Maybe you clench your fists or expand out through your fingers, and then completely relax. Let's do that 1 more time. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Squeeze your muscles and relax. This is called pandiculation. Animals do this like to kind of reset their fascia, the connective tissue in their body. Begin to pull your toes back towards you. Get really strong in your legs. Lift your right leg straight up. Interlace your hands around your right thigh. Press your thigh into your hands and pull your toes down towards your face. This might feel like a really big stretch for you already. If it is, begin to maybe create some movement in your toes. Create some ankle rolls, and then maybe take the ankle the other way. Keep working to now pull the toes down towards you. Stay here if the stretch is pretty intense. Otherwise, you can walk your hands up your calf, maybe to the heel. Keep staying rooted through the left leg. Pull your left toes back towards you. And keep pulling the right shin toward your forehead. So once you're getting a little closer, maybe you can lift your shoulder blades off the ground and bring your forehead to your shin. From here, lower your shoulder blades back down. Grab for the outside edge of your foot and pull your foot down towards a half happy baby. Now, if your thigh bone, your left thigh bone is kind of lifting up and you can't find a way to pull it down, bend your knee, drive your heel down into the mat, and your thigh bone will go deeper down into the acetabulum. Keep pulling the outside edge of your foot down as you simultaneously push your foot into your hand. From here, we're going to create a little rocking motion with our hip. Create these big arches going from side to side. And with each time you end up back in happy baby, you can start to work your leg more towards straight, or whatever version of straight is in your body. And next time you land in that half happy baby, extend out through your leg as much as possible. Extend out from the pelvis out through the heel. And for those of you that are at home and think that you don't have a strap to use, you probably do, because you could use a belt. I've used a belt before. So you could put a strap around this foot if you needed. One more breath here. From here, bend your left knee, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and interlace your hands around the left thigh. Figure 4 stretch. Keep pulling both of your toes back, so you don't want any sickled foot. Like, the feet don't want to look like this, they want to look like this. So first of all, notice your low back and see if you can feel your whole back flat on the ground. If it is, work to pull the low back up and in by tilting your pelvis more in an anterior way. And see if that changes the stretch a little. For me, it makes it a little more intense. For those of you that want a little bit more sensation here, you could grab for the outer shin and pull the knee closer in. Or maybe even push the right elbow into the inner thigh to have a deeper sensation of hip stretch. From here, release your hands from the figure 4 legs and keep your legs exactly how they are. Drop your legs over towards the left. Try to bring the right sole of your foot to the ground, and then with your left hand, grab the top of the foot and keep gently pressing your knee isometrically towards, or not isometrically, but in the direction of the front of your mat. Try to keep the right shoulder blade on the ground. Come back through center. Extend your legs out long and take a moment to just feel the difference from side to side. Notice if one leg feels denser or lighter, more connected. And then from here, reset. Pull your toes back towards you with both feet. Hug your muscles to your bones. Lift your left leg straight up. Interlace your hands around the left thigh and press your thigh into your hands first. Pull the thigh back second. Create big ankle circles in one direction and then the other. And if you took going up the calf on the other side, that's an option this time as well. Sometimes you have to kind of move your thigh out of the way, out to the side, so your belly is not as much in the way. Keep pulling your toes down. Maybe you lift your shoulder blades off the ground to get that forehead to shin connection. From here, grab the outside edge of your foot and find half happy baby. Again, noticing that thigh bone, if it's pressing up, do what you can to keep pressing your right thigh bone down into the ground. And start to sway, open and closed with this half happy baby. Make big arcs with the thigh. And begin to stop once you get towards happy baby again. Keep working to press your foot into your hand. And from here, you're gonna work towards straightening the leg out to the side. From the pelvis, stretch out through the heel. Have a gentle bend in the knee joint. From here, pick your right leg up, cross your left ankle over your right knee, and interlace your hands for the figure 4 chair. As you breathe in, try to imagine your hip as a balloon, and there's a balloon that's getting built up in that space in your hip. And as you exhale, imagine the balloon deflating and there being space to be created for your hip to stretch a little deeper. From here, bring your arms to that cactus shape and start to bring your figure four legs over towards the right. Bring the right hand on top of the left foot and keep trying to bring your knee towards the front of the mat. Don't let it collapse towards your body. Come back towards center, extend your legs. Actually, pull your knees in towards your chest and bring your hands behind your thighs and start to roll a little bit. Rock and roll. From here, cross your legs, plant your hands, and either step your way back to a tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a peek up at your hands, spread wide through your fingertips and see that your wrist creases are lining up with the front edge of your mat. See that you are having your feet hip distance apart. Squeeze your shins in towards each other. Bend your knees quite a lot here and bring your hips, your sit bones up towards the sky. Keep working to wrap your triceps down towards your biceps. Melt just behind your heart, but keep trying to pull the low belly up and in. Inhale, lift your right leg straight up. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Don't dump in the left shoulder. Keep lifting up through the left shoulder so you have a lot of stability there. From here, create big circles with your hip one direction, and then take the circles the other direction. Inhale, straighten your leg and square your hip. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose. Inhale, radiate your leg out long. Exhale, pull the knee towards your nose. Plant your foot by your wrist, your right wrist. Spin your back heel down onto the ground. Before you even come up here, see that your front heel is lining up with the middle of the back arch. And inhale, cartwheel your arms up. Find warrior two pose. Gaze over your middle finger. Check to see that your front knee is lining up with the middle ankle and it's not passing the ankle. Check to see that your front knee is also not dumping in, but it's widening towards the pinky toe. Inhale, flip your palm, reverse warrior, lean back. Exhale, find side angle. Bring your elbow either towards the thigh or you can grab a block and bring a block to the inside edge of the foot. Reach your arm high overhead. Keep working to wrap your right rib cage underneath you. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reverse triangle, lean back. Bring your left hand around to the hip crease and pull your right hip crease back so you have that hinging motion. Keep hinging your hips back as you reach your arm out long like you're serving a platter of drinks. Bring your hand to the outside edge of your ankle or a block. Triangle pose, release that bind. Reach your arm high overhead. Keep working to pull your low ribs in. From the back of your heart, expand out through your fingers. Push down into your feet. Inhale, reverse triangle pose. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Pivot your back foot in. Now you're in pyramid pose variation. Push down into your front foot and pull back. From here, moving towards standing splits, come nice and slowly, bend into your front knee, and really allow your whole torso to sit on your thigh. So keep this connection, torso to thigh. Drag your back foot in, bring your knee, your left knee to the back of the calf, and pull your heel towards your sit bone. Start to straighten your right leg as much as possible without letting that thigh come off of the belly or vice versa. From here, standing splits, you can begin to radiate your right leg back up. Keep working to square the hips. So don't open here. Stay square. Stay to a true split. In the standing split, you can play with your balance by grabbing your shins. Or if you like handstands, you can work towards pressing up by pushing down into your hands, coming up high onto the tiptoes, and maybe you get that little lift. Wherever you're at, take one more breath and slowly release your foot down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up, bend at your hips, chair pose. Bring your hips back. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, cactus your arms back. Keep bringing your thighs back. Lift through the breastbone. Inhale, pull navel to spine, reach high. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Plant your hands as you exhale, step back, plank pose. Press the floor away, deep inhale. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose or up dog if you're ready for it. Squeeze your legs, lift through the heart. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Inhale, lift your left leg straight up. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. And again, don't dump in that right shoulder. Keep lifting up through the right shoulder. Create big hip circles one direction. And then take those circles in the other direction. Inhale, straighten your leg, square your hip. Exhale, pull knee towards nose. Plant your foot by your thumb. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, cartwheel your arms up, warrior two pose. Take a peek down at the floor. See that your front heel is lining up with the middle of the back arch. This back thigh, don't let it press forward. You can even bring your hand to the thigh, press it back, soft groins. Check to see the knees widening towards the pinky toe. From the back of the heart, stretch out through your fingertips. From your feet, pull your feet towards each other. Pull energy up from the ground into the pelvis. Inhale, flip your palm, reverse warrior, lean back. Exhale, bring your elbow towards your thigh or to the ground for side angle pose. Keep working to twist the torso around so you can eventually look behind you. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, but don't hyperextend the knee, so gentle bend in the front knee. Shift the hips back, reach forward, triangle pose. Bring your hand to the outside of the foot. Reach your arm out long, deep inhale. Keep working to pull those low ribs in and expand out. Exhale. Push down into your feet. Inhale, reverse triangle. And as you exhale, bring your hands down. Pivot your back foot forward. Straighten your front leg and fold, pyramid pose. From here, moving towards standing splits. Bend your left knee. Keep that torso connected to the thigh. Slide your foot in. Knee touches the back. Right knee touches the back of left calf. Bend your heel towards your sit bone and find that really deep connection in the standing leg and torso first. Then expand your leg straight up. Maybe both hands touch the calf. Or maybe you come up high. If you want to come towards a handstand hop, push onto your toes. Feel your hands load the weight and work towards just hopping without trying to get the other leg up. Whoop! Because that's when you start to lose your balance. Slowly lower your foot back down. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, circle sweep your arms high. And exhale, palms to heart. Inhale, reach your arms high again. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose or up dog. Exhale, press it back, child's pose. Bring your knees wide and toes together. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Take a minute to breathe. And then as you're ready, press your way up onto your heels. Come to sit off onto the side. And from here, we're gonna move towards just a few hip openers. So let's start with Baddha Konasana. Bring your soles of the feet together and knees wide. You can work to kind of lift up through your chest. And if you want, if this feels like a really good stretch for you, stay here. Otherwise, you can come forward and fold. Come all the way back up. Bring your knees, pull your right heel towards your left sit bone and cross your left leg over the outside of the right. Now, if this feels way too tight for you, extend your left leg straight. But if you want more of a hip stretch within the twist, I like to invite this bent knee, left heel to right sit bone. Inhale and reach your left arm up high. Exhale, start to twist towards the right. Maybe you're able to bring your elbow to the outside of the thigh, or you can just grab the knee and twist around. With each inhale, get a little bit more length. Keep rooting the sit bones down into the earth and lift the crown up towards the sky. And with each exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, unwind, come back towards center. Undo your legs. This time, right heel goes towards left sit bone. Cross the left leg over. And you want both your sit bones to be in contact with the ground in this pose if possible. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, start to twist towards, or lift your right arm up, I'm sorry. Exhale, start to twist towards the left. Bring your right elbow to the outside of the left leg. With each inhale, you get space. And with each exhale, you twist deeper. On your next inhale, start to unwind, come back through center. Expand your legs out forward. Pull your toes back towards you. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Try to keep your chest nice and long and come all the way down towards your feet. For those of you that are a little bit more flexy, sometimes I like to grab a block and bring a block to my feet to help kind of keep them flexed, and I'll get a deeper sensation. For those of you that aren't so flexy, you're probably somewhere up here, like hunched over. Sometimes it's nice to sit up on a block so your low back isn't protruding out, or just having a little micro bend in the knees and hinging can be helpful as well. Wherever you're at, take 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, rise up through center. Our last hip stretch for this evening. It's called a double pigeon or fire log pose. So bring your left shin parallel to the mat And then you're gonna stack your right ankle over the left knee. If this is like, hell nah, you can't do this, then you can always take a more closer version of Sukhasana, easy pose. So normal easy pose would be like this, but you make it more narrow and you should still feel something in your hips. Otherwise, we're gonna take fire log pose. So work to stack your right ankle over your left knee. And again, if you're tucking under and you feel your low back protruding out, bring your hands by your sides, lift your hips for a moment, untuck your sit bone, and then sit back down. This might be really sensational for a lot of you, so you can stay seated and maybe close your eyes. Otherwise, if you want a deeper sensation again, you can start to kind of tiptoe your fingers forward and come to a folded position. Maybe you bring a block underneath your forehead. Inhale, make your way back up. Softly move your right foot off, and then just stack your left ankle on top of the right knee. Sometimes like one side is way tighter than the other, and that's totally normal, just taking the time to honor that. If the flesh came back under, work to pull this flesh out from underneath your butt so that your sit bones are more, you're sitting more in front of your sit bones. And again, choose to stay seated and work with a nice long spine, or fold and start to crawl forward. Keep working to pull your toes towards your ankles. If your foot sickles too much here, your knee can start to bother you. Two more breaths wherever you're at. And on your next inhale, make your way all the way back up. From here, come to lie down on your back. Expand your legs out long. I love to offer legs up the wall at the end of class, but I actually don't ever go up a wall, so I just put a block underneath my sacrum and expand my legs up. Now, if you have really tight hamstrings, this probably doesn't feel as relaxing for you, so that's when legs up the wall can be nice, because you're not like working to keep that stretch going. Otherwise, you can just stay here on your mat or make your way towards a wall. And as a collective, everybody fill up your breath all the way to the top. Exhale, let it go. Inhale again, fill up, expand through your lungs. Hold your breath at the top for a moment. And then exhale, HA. You can choose to stay with this Vipari Dandasana, legs up the wall posture, as long as you'd want. The benefits only get greater the longer that you stay in this inversion. Otherwise, if it doesn't feel good for you or you're not liking a feeling in your feet, you can bend your knees and expand your legs out for full body relaxation. Shavasana. Whether your legs are still up or you're in Shavasana, I invite you to stay there as long as you'd like. Or you can start to receive your breath. Start to wiggle through your fingers and your toes, awakening your body bit by bit. Bend one knee and then the other. Roll onto your favorite side, pausing for a moment. And then press your way up to a seated position. With your eyes closed, if that's comfortable for you. Bring your hands back to a prayer by your heart. I want to close with one mantra. It's Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And it means, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And just to add on to that, may we contribute to that through our thoughts, words, and actions in some way, shape, or form. So it's pretty simple. Just sing along with me. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Two more times. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Followed by one Om. Om. Bring your thumb to your third eye. Namaste.